All right, what's up, everybody? Hello. This is your official, non-official. I don't know. What does official even mean? I don't know. But this is our Q&A. So Cindy and I have received some questions from you guys. We've also kind of put a couple questions in that we believe are pretty typical ones that we both had, and is pretty general, for most people getting started in this. So hopefully we're going to address a lot of your questions. But that being said, if you watch this video and you've watched the other videos and you still have a specific question that hasn't been addressed, please don't be shy, or please don't think that, oh, maybe my question's dumb. There's no such thing, okay? Send us your question. We are more than happy to answer it. I really do believe that knowledge is potential power, and information is always a good thing. I always tell people, like, look, if you come to the conclusion that this is not the opportunity for you, totally fine, because the reality is it's not for everybody. But I would never want someone to make that decision based on a lack of information or the wrong information. So that's important to us. Okay, so let's just dive right in, shall we?
Let's do it. Let's dive.
That was good. Okay, so first on our list here we have, which is a great question, how much time do you spend per day on your business? And I think Cindy and I are both going to answer this in different ways, because Cindy has a full-time job as a teacher. This is a part-time job and income for her. And for me, this is my full-time job, has grown into a full-time job. So the first part of that answer I would give is that, however you start in this doesn't necessarily mean, I think the cool thing is that it can be adjusted, right? Like I told in one of the videos a little bit of a story of how when my husband was without work for an extended period of time, I was able to increase the hours that I was spending on this job and really be the primary income earner at that time. But I was able to just do more so I could create more income. But I would say a minimum of what you can expect is at least 2 hours a day. And that's not counting your own workout, your personal development, right? But that's something that we should all be doing anyway. Now, I think this is going to be the difference. Doesn't mean that you have to sit down and spend those 2 hours all at once, because I'll turn this over to Cindy for a second to talk about how you incorporate the time that's needed into your particular job.
Yeah, so I think just depending on different seasons that I'm in, like there have been times where I am able to just come home from work and just do it all in one sitting. But it's usually in pockets of time. And so when I was working at the school, it would be a little bit before work, and then I would do a little bit after work, and then a little bit in the evening. So it was broken up. I would say for me, average like 2 hours. Now, right now that I am home, it's been actually really nice, and I can dedicate a little bit more time. So it's like anywhere between 2 to 2.5 hours, 3, just broken up still in different pockets of time. So
yeah. And as your business grows, you may change that. Like, I'll be honest, I definitely spend more than 2 hours a day on my business, but my goal is that I am creating a 6-figure income. That's my goal. So to create that type of income is pretty awesome, in that I can work while my kids, when they were at school, I'd work in the car when they were in theater. I can take it outside on the porch. If we travel somewhere, I'm still able to work. So the flexibility is nice. Okay, next question that we get also often. Y'all just didn't know I had an accent. It's not a very good one though. Cindy's like, I'm taking my earpods out. This is bad. Okay, what if you don't have a big social media following? So what I would say to that is twofold, at least for me. Number one, what we refer to her as our grandma coach. Her name is Melissa McAllister. Go ahead and look her up. She's incredible. She's maintained a spot as in the top 10 coaches for 9 years straight now. So what that means to you is that she's built a 7-figure business with this coaching thing. And when she started out, she had less than 200 friends on Facebook, and there wasn't Instagram. So my answer is, I don't have a gigantic social media following, but I've had success. So I would say, number one, your first amount of people that you're going to talk to are people that you already know, trust, and like. Then there is going to need to be a willingness to learn how to grow and use social media. It does not mean that you become an influencer or you need thousands upon thousands of followers and friends. What we receive great training and mentorship on is how to use social media smart. It's essentially free advertising. That's what it is. So what do you think, Cindy Lou?
Yeah, no, there are tons of trainings on social media, how to grow it organically and naturally, all of the leads. But something that I heard in one of the many calls that I've watched is as long as you are servicing the followers that you currently have and you are providing content for them, like, don't worry if you only have 200 followers, or I'm pretty sure I started with like anywhere between 200 to 300 followers. If you are providing content for them, it's just going to begin to grow naturally. I don't know, like, if that makes sense, but just worry about the people that you have first, and then it's just going to happen.
Yeah. It's a little by little. It's something that's built over time, but it is not where you're starting with social media. It is not a barometer of how successful you're going to be, nor do you have to be on social media 500 hours a day. It's just working smart. Okay. So another great question that we usually get to is, well, what if I don't have a big transformation yet? Or at all, because either one, you're starting out and you don't have a lot to lose or a lot to change, or this can happen too. You're currently in the process of either beginning your own journey or you're in your journey. Now, Cindy, when you first started coaching, did you feel like you were at the end of your transformation, if there even is such a thing?
No. I mean, I had a transformation, but I knew that wasn't like the end. Is that what you're asking? But no, I mean, you just have to think about it like this. Like, you are bringing people on this journey with you, like, and they're going to relate to you where you are right now. And you just have to, that's what you have to be willing to share, like what you're doing with your workouts, with your nutrition. And it's a never ending. I don't think it's, oh, my things are dying. Sorry. It's a never ending journey. It's just gonna, I don't know, it's like lifelong.
Yeah, I would agree. And what I would piggyback on that is to say that in actuality, if you are still even in that beginning process, it's more relatable than when you look at somebody and you didn't see them at the beginning, and people tend to think, oh, you don't understand, the struggle that I'm in, because maybe it's just easy for you to look like that or maintain that. But people are not looking for perfection or gurus or people that they can't relate to. They essentially are looking for somebody that they can say, I have similarities to this person, or I relate to them, or I connect with them on some level. And if they're able to do it, then I'm able to do it. You just need to be a little further ahead than they are and be committed, right? And so that's partially why we talk so much about how strong and how important it is that when you come on and you become a coach, that the first thing that you're going to do is to pick a program that you're going to commit to. And you're going to do those before pictures, and you're going to decide when your day one is, and then you're going to share that with other people. But there's coaches of all sizes, all shapes, all ages, and all backgrounds, for sure. Okay. This one is super common too. I've never done sales. I'm not good at sales. I don't like sales. So I'll start off with this because I do have a background in sales, but it was never because I said, I'm going to go become a salesperson. Never once have I ever said that. I was a dance, instructor for 20 plus years. But part of our job was to get people to want to spend money at our dance studio and want to take lessons. So without selling dance lessons, I didn't have anyone to teach. What I can tell you that I feel strongly about sales is, no matter what job you have, and if you want to challenge me on this, let's go. I don't even care if you're a mom and you're like, but you are selling your kids every day on doing their homework, brushing their teeth, doing their chores, being nice to each other. Pretty much anything in life, there's some type of sales going on. But what differentiates them is it an enjoyable experience for both parties, right? Are we facilitating it in a way that the other person feels really good about the experience, cared for, taken care of? There's integrity, there's follow through, there's quality. And if you learn how to do it well, not only can it enhance this business, but I think all areas of your life. Now, Cindy, she's a full-time teacher. She didn't come into this with any type of sales background. So what is your thought on this?
No, and that was one of my biggest just concerns going into this, is like, I don't know how to sell, but you know, once I started doing some of the daily tasks that you're supposed to do as a coach, like, you know, posting, sharing your story, that's when I realized, okay, it's not really I mean, we are selling, but it all depends on how you do it, how you share about it, sharing what it's done for you, not just like buy, but like, I don't know if I'm like putting this into words in a good way, but it's just how you share what you're doing, sharing what it's done for you. And that's, for me, that's when it clicked. It's not about knowing everything about selling, being the best salesperson. It's just sharing.
Yeah.
I mean, there's still things that you have to do, and it does take work. It's not just like, oh, here's my shake and here's my workout.
Yep.
But it's sharing what it's done for you.
Absolutely. And that's part of the support that we'll give you. There is mentorship in that, but I'll be very honest, you have to be willing to be coached on that. But it's also why one of the first things that we say that you have to be willing to do is to be a product of the product. If you're not going to pick a program to follow, if you're not going to be using, you don't have to, look, I don't use all of the supplements that Beachbody gives. I don't like all of the programs, okay? You pick and choose the ones that you feel are beneficial. And that's exactly how you match your customers with them. You're authentic about it. You don't just sell to sell. We listen to what their need is, what their problem is, and then we offer a solution. And to me, that's what quality sales is. Learning how to communicate effectively with another human being, caring about what their need is, and then offering a solution to that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. After I sign up, what then? I don't know. Peace out. Just kidding. So we really want to do our best to help you with what we call as the onboarding process. We want you to be successful as soon as possible. So a little bit of what happens will be dependent upon what you decide you want from this business. And that'll be one of the first conversations. Are you looking, for a very, part-time job, part-time income? Are you looking to retire from your full-time job, build a six-figure income? Are you looking to just help maybe 3 people a month? And that's what we first will decide that, and that will tell us where to put you in the right direction. But we'll be putting together a chat pod, like a Facebook Messenger pod of some kind, or a text strand. I don't know. We'll figure out what we want to do there, so that all of our new coaches that are coming on around the same time, we can support you. We have training that you'll go into. But the first thing is, what do you want from this business? Picking a program, picking a start date of when you're going to have people come into a challenge group, and we'll walk you through that. Did I leave anything out?
No, and I kind of covered this yesterday, like just making sure that they are, or you, the watcher, the viewer, are doing it yourself. So if you are not already in a group, that's what we need to do. So we need to make sure that you're working on yourself first. And yes, and then we will get you connected to everything else.
And we're coming to the end here, but some questions about fears of having to do certain things. And I thought this would be a great one for you to address, because one of the questions was, do I have to do videos and share in a very personal way?
Yeah.
You're the perfect person to answer this question.
Yes. I don't think I've shared this in any of the videos these past 3 days, but I almost quit. Like, I almost quit my coaching account because I was so afraid of having to get on camera and talk to people. But then I was too afraid to quit. But I'm glad I didn't, because here I am talking to you guys on video. But honestly, like, the only thing that helped really was just personal development. And that is one of the requirements. Being a coach, you have to listen to personal development. So it was all about my mindset. I was afraid for nothing, really. I just didn't, I don't know. It, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. It's just personal development. It helped with my mindset, and it kind of helped me get over that block. And it's not scary. It's just me it's like I'm talking to a friend, and I'm just sharing about what I do. So PD for sure. That's what helped.
Yeah. Well, and I think one of the cool things about your story, Cindy, is that because instead of deciding, I'm not going to do this, I'm going to quit, I'm going to run the other direction when we're faced with a fear or an insecurity, not only obviously is doing videos no big deal, which is just kind of a byproduct of something much larger, which is the fact that facing that fear, having support, mentorship, personal development, all these things raised your confidence across the board, right? Not just when you're being a coach.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, no, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I think to me, any job where it's more than just clocking in, clocking out, and trying to pay your bills, any job that assists you in putting your health as a priority, which is very rare nowadays. Most people work themselves to the bone and they put their health to the side, and then they spend the latter part of their life trying to fix that, right? But any job that has a requirement where you have to become a better version of yourself and grow and learn and improve, grow your confidence, grow your knowledge, grow your people skills, to me, that is a job that has benefits beyond just what your paycheck is, right? Which, look, we all want to be paid for our time, and I think that's super important. But we talk about benefits, right? Vacation and all these things that jobs give you. But what about the benefits of just becoming a higher level of yourself, which I think that's one of my absolute favorite parts. And I've talked about that before. It made me a better mom, number one,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I would say that if you're having a fear about something in this business, that you kind of take a moment and you pause and you reflect and say, is this a fear that's come up prior in other occasions and other situations? Because then it might not just be directly meaning that, oh, coaching's not for you. It might mean this is a fear that needs to be addressed. And
Mm-hmm.
everybody on our team, we all have different things. And the cool thing is one person on the team is going to have a strength that you don't, and vice versa. And so we get in and we support, we teach, we guide, we cheer each other on, and it's pretty badass. So I think that was the bulk of the questions. And so we also just wanted to kind of close things up and thank you all for being here as well. And you should have received emails by now that had all of them. I can tell you, I don't know, is your start date for your next group the same as mine on Monday?
The 4th, yes.
So we both have groups starting on the 4th. That is this Monday, which is an opportune time to get started. If between now and Monday you have people that want to join you and they want to come into the groups, absolutely 100% doable. People do need this solution right now, and they need community,
Mm-hmm.
connection, and support more than ever. But your option is also to get started as a coach, commit to the program, commit to the group starting on Monday, and start documenting, and we're going to help you do that so that you can get your business ready to open up. We lost you for a second. That's okay.
Not my
I'm
phone's
like,
dying.
I'm done.
Yeah. No.
All right, so anything else that you would want to say, Cindy, to wrap it up?
No, just thank you for giving us the opportunity to just share our heart and why we love doing this. And we can't wait to work with you.
Yay. Thank you for being here.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.